In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through a complete tutorial of how to make a really trendy, groovy Christmas design. Now, I'm a huge proponent for uploading tons of different holiday themed items around the end of the year, but I always think it's really important to have some kind of twist on them. So not just like a generic Merry Christmas, but if you can cross that with another aesthetic, whether that be like Y2K or in this case, like a retro groovy style, you have a way better chance of standing out and making sales. So this is going to be a quick tutorial. You can make this exact same item, or you can take these concepts and make it for all sorts of different niches, Christmas or otherwise. So let's not waste any more time and just jump right into the design. So the very first thing you're going to need is some kind of design suite. So today I am working on Kittle. They are kind of an all-in-one print-on-demand design suite. They have tons of different tools. Now we're not going to be using them today, but they have all sorts of different templates. So I'll just show you if we wanted to make a Christmas t-shirt from a template. They have so many already ready to use that we can kind of just change out the text and put our own thing in it. So as you can see here, I use these all the time, but today we're going to be starting totally from scratch. So I'm just going to go over and click on new project. And then one thing I love about Kittle is they have all sorts of preset sizes, especially for print on demand. So if you are selling on a place like Printify, which I'm going to show you how to actually upload this to a Printify account today so you can sell it on Etsy, but you can just go ahead and click the preset for the Printify t-shirt option, which is really nice. You don't have to remember all of those sizes. There's way too many products out there to be remembering the exact pixel size you need for every single thing. All right, so we have our blank canvas ready to work on. Now, the very first thing we need to do is add our text. So I was thinking of having this say something like in my Christmas era. That's a really popular kind of phrase. You see stuff like in my teacher era, in my nursing era. So in my Christmas era is a really fun one. So all we're going to do is we're going to go over to the left-hand side here where there's this little text icon, and we are going to add a first line of text. And it's not going to look like anything special right from the get-go, but as we keep adding the different layers, it's going to really look like a very cute design. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and add a couple other lines of text. I think we're going to do like in my Christmas era. So I'm just going to go ahead and type that in my Christmas era. All right, like I said, nothing special to start with, but this is really where I begin all of my designs that are kind of based around text. So the very next thing we are going to do is we are going to change the text style of this whole thing. So for this groovy retro style, the font really is what makes it. So there are a couple good retro fonts that Kittle has. So I'm just going to look up retro, but I have one in mind that I really like. And you guys might have seen me use it on some other designs before, but it is called Sunny Drop. You can see it's actually recently used for another design. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch all of that. And already it's looking a little bit more exciting. Still, it doesn't have any color changes. It doesn't have any other elements, but we are getting somewhere. So I'm just going to kind of play around with the sizing here. And I think we're going to add some kind of big like Christmassy or retro element right here. So I'm going to leave era off to the side, and then Christmas, that looks pretty good. And then the in my, I'm going to just make a little bit bigger, but kind of leave it in the middle. And then one more thing that I might do is I kind of like when I'm adding a lot of stuff to a shirt, or I'm going to add like a border or more colors, I like to have a little bit more space between the letters. So if you don't know how to change the letter spacing, there's something right here. It says AV with a little arrow, and you can just change this to like 25. That's going to give you a little bit more room. Let's see what 50 would look like, but I have a feeling that might be too much. You know, let's kind of meet in the middle and do 35. Okay, that just is going to make it maybe a little bit less cramped once we have all the other elements in here. So I'm just changing all of this letter spacing to 35. All right, that is looking really good. But like I said, still nothing special yet. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to change the colors of these letters. Now, in the past on Kittle, you used to only be able to change like one text box into one color. So I know that was something a lot of you guys had kind of problems with. You wanted to make each letter individually a different color, and to do that you had to kind of make an individual text box for every single letter. But they've made a ton of improvements over the last year. And one of my favorites that I use all the time now is you can make individual letters have a different color. So all you do is you're just going to highlight which letter you want to change and pick out a new color. So I am going to go with kind of like a retro color scheme, but definitely with those Christmas colors. So like red and green and probably yellow for Christmas, but I might throw in kind of like a pink there for both the retro vibes and to make this kind of more of like a girly design. So I'm just going to go through here, and they do have a bunch of different color palettes. So that could be something. There might be one that fit, but I don't think they really have any that's like specifically holiday. I like these green colors, but I think we're just going to kind of make our own color palette. So I'm just going to click here, and this first letter I'm going to change to be red. And for like more of a retro color scheme, I always like to do kind of more muted colors instead of like this deep dark red like that. I want it to be a little bit more like vibrant and bright. So I'm going to go more towards the white side, just kind of until I'm happy with that. And then this one will do a green color. So let's move this over to the greens. And again, we're going to pick something a little bit brighter, more muted. And I might even, because it's retro, kind of move this over more towards the blue side. That looks good. And then we're going to do yellow and pink. So let's go to yellow. I want kind of more of like an orangey yellow. And then this one, let's do pink. All right, that looks cute. It's not super cohesive yet because we still have to change the rest of the letters, but I'm liking the direction it's going. All right, so I'm kind of just going to use the same pattern and change up all of these letters here. So one by one, we're going to change them. So like this C, I'm going to put it in that green color. And then we know that every fourth letter is going to be that green color. So I'm just going to go ahead and make those changes. Right next to green, we have yellow and then pink. So we're just one by one changing these. And then the last one we're gonna add is the red. All right, so that just took a couple seconds to add all of that in there. But the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add an outline to this text that kind of is just going to make it pop off something like the shirt or the mug a little bit more. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click my text here, and there is a button down here that says border. So I'm just going to add that. And right now the border is 5. You can't really see it. So I'm going to try like 15 and maybe even up to 20. Yep, I think that's going to look the best. But this really, I feel like, just ties the design together, and it makes it just way more bold and readable when you put it on a garment. And it gives you a lot more options for what colors you can use. That's looking really cute. Another thing we could do is we could add a little bit of a shadow to this. So there's text shadow. We could just do a little bit of a drop shadow. So like if we wanted the offset to be maybe 10 and then the angle to be 60, we can just make that black. And that's again just going to kind of make it pop off the page. So I'm going to do that same thing. So just go down to the text shadow. I'm going to make the offset, and then the angle I'm going to do -60, and we're just going to change the color to black. And then last time down here, so text shadow 10 and then -60, and then we'll change that to black. All right, already that is looking really cute. We haven't even added any of the warped transformation or any Christmas elements, but already looking way better than just some black text on a t-shirt. All right, before we transform this, I know I want to put some kind of big Christmas element or retro element here. And I was thinking something like a disco ball would be really fun. We could make it like Christmas colors, but I want to find that first before I do the transformation, because I think I'm going to have the Christmas lettering kind of go over all of that. And I'll show you what I mean in a second here. So we're going to go over to the illustrations, and I am going to look up disco ball, and there's quite a few different ones here. I want to make sure that there's one that I can change all the colors. So I think this might be a good option, but let's just double check. This one is kind of cute too, but yeah, I think this one is going to be the best option. So I'm kind of going to just put this in the place I'm thinking. All right, that looks really cute. And then I'm just going to go ahead and change all of these colors to be the ones that we're doing. So this yellow, I'm just going to change it to the exact yellow we have. This light color here, I'm going to change it to be white. And then the green color, I'm going to change it to be our green. This orange I'm going to change to be red, and then the yellow I'm going to change to be pink. Oops, I forgot to change this to yellow. All right, that's looking really cute. I'm going to right click on it and just send it to the back. And then I'm going to add actually a border to this to make it stand out a little bit. So I'm going to try 20 like we did on the others, but I might even go a little bit more. Let's try like 30. Yeah, I think that looks even better. All right, so now this is already looking really, really good, but I'm going to start to transform this lettering. So the first one I'm going to do is the Christmas. So we're going to go down here to where it says transformation, and we are just going to click that and click custom. Actually, we're going to click distort, and then all you have to do is we are going to raise one side of this here and then match the other side. So this I might do right here to kind of go around this disco ball. That looks really cute. And same thing on this side. I make these a little bit taller. So you can really do whatever you want, but I'm just kind of making a simple wave, and then we're going to distort this one to kind of match this whole thing. So let's click on transformation for that and go to distort, and I'm just going to bring this down here, and then we're going to lift up this side just to kind of match what's going on here. So the most important thing is, though, we're going to leave the top as flat and we're going to leave the bottom as flat. It's going to look the most clean. So a lot of times people, they make these groovy kind of wave designs and they make all of the letters, all the lines of them kind of a wave, but it doesn't look like as cohesive. So that is one big tip. If you feel like your designs aren't looking good, just keep the top and bottom of the chunk of text flat. So again, we're just going to click on transformation. We're going to click distort, and then we're going to lift up this side here and then make this kind of go down. We can move the whole thing up a little bit more. Like if we want, we can even kind of stretch it around, but I'm going to try to keep it flat as best I can. Right, but that's looking very cute, but I definitely think it needs some more kind of Christmassy elements. So let's try to add like some stars, some snowflakes, some Christmas tree, maybe something like holly. That would look really cute. So I'm just going to go over here and look up Christmas tree, and I want something that kind of fits with the vibe of the rest of the stuff we put. So we're not going to do anything that's like hyper realistic. We want something more in that cartoon realm. This is kind of a cute option, so let's leave that. I'm not 100% sure. And if it doesn't look like it goes with it right away, just by changing the colors on this, it's going to make it way more cohesive. So let's see. There's a better option. This is kind of a fun one too. Sometimes as I'm looking through stuff, I just like to throw a lot of options there. All right, let's try this one first. I think that's kind of fun and retro looking, and we can honestly even keep it as pink, but we'll change it to the exact pink we have going on, and then we'll change the green to the green that we have. And then to make it more cohesive, again, we can add a border to this. So let's try 20, and that's just kind of make things fit together and flow. Let's get rid of this tree. I think I want something like holly. So let's see if there's a good cartoon. And this one is possible, but let's see if there's one with 3 leaves. I think that would look even better. I think this one actually is going to look better. So let's delete that other one. And then again, we're going to change the colors of this to make it very cohesive, but let's put that in this corner here. And then we'll change this green to the green that we have, and we'll change the red to the red on ours. And then we're going to add a border to this same way, 20. And then I'm going to duplicate it and put another one maybe on this disco ball would be really cute. We can make it a little bit smaller, but yeah, that looks really adorable. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to add to tie it together is kind of like sparkles or stars. I do this to a lot of my designs, and you wouldn't really think that this brings everything together, but a lot of times it does. So I'm going to look up sparkle, and I'm just going to start throwing some of these sparkles all around, and then you can flip them, you can turn them, you can do all sorts of different stuff. And I like to add all sorts of different kinds and just kind of put them everywhere and make them different sizes, and maybe we'll even change some of the colors. Let's do some more of these kind. All right, and then because it's Christmassy, let's add some snowflakes too. I just kind of want a simple one. Maybe a couple of these. You just throw them around. And we don't need to go crazy. Just a few is going to do the trick. A couple of these ones. You can do big ones, little ones. I'm just kind of scattering them all over. All right, that is looking really cute. So I'm just going to make this design take up more of the canvas here. That looks really good. And then we're going to go ahead and download it, and I will show you how to put it on a product for Etsy right now. So go over here to the upper right hand side, click export, and all of the settings should already be correct. All you have to do is remember to click remove the background and download that. So now let's go over to Printify, which if you have never used Printify before, they're just the manufacturing partner that I use to sell all of my items on Etsy. So they're kind of like the middleman who does all the printing, packing, shipping, and you can really sell any kind of item you can think of. So things like mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatshirts, tote bags. They even have things like candles and jewelry. So I'm going to just show you how this would look on a couple different products. The nice thing about a design like this is you could put it really on anything. So first, let's just do a sweatshirt. I'm going to go with this Gilded 18,000. It's one that I like to add to my shops a lot. So I'm just going to click here, start designing. And then all I'm going to do is go over to the upload section and click on my device. And then we're just adding that artwork we just downloaded from Kittle. All right, that looks pretty good. And we can even add a couple other colors. So this might look cute on something like a sand color. I really love sewing those. It's super popular. And even a light pink might be really cute. So let's go ahead and preview what this would look like. That looks super adorable. Let's see it actually on a person. That's really, really cute. And then we can see what it would look like on these other colors as well. So actually, I love that pink. That is such a trendy color right now. Looks super, super cute. And then the white, of course, just classic. And I really don't think you should go overboard with colors, but having 3 options would be really, really nice. And probably the white one or the sand one is what I would use for my actual thumbnail photo for my Etsy listing. But let's go back and I'll show you what this would look like if we use that on something like a mug, because you can actually make t-shirt designs and put them on mugs just by kind of duplicating the image. So I'll show you how to do that really quick. So I'm back on just Printify's catalog and I'm going to look up mug, and they have all sorts of different ones. So you could do like more of a travel mug, you could do a glass mug, but I'm just going to do that standard traditional mug and add the design here. Same way, we're just going to upload that. And then a mistake I see a lot of newbies making is they put their mug design like right in the middle in the front. But when we use mugs, typically we want to hold the mug and have a design on the front and the back. So all I am going to do is I'm going to put this right here, and then I am just going to click this duplicate button up at the top and put another one exactly on the other side. All right, and then let's go ahead and preview what that would look like. Right, that looks super cute, and we can see it kind of in an in-context photo. That is super, super adorable. So then we're just going to go ahead and save product, and then you would add your title and description and all of that information there, and it's going to automatically sync to your Etsy shop. Now, if you want me to walk you through an entire listing of how you actually write that title and description, I have a full video here that's going to take you through that full process on another product, but you can use it for something exactly like this. And if you want to sign up for a Printify account, which is totally free, or to get started using Kittle, which is my favorite design platform, I'm going to have all their information linked down below in the description if you want to check either of them out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.